Alright, this is I guess a semi-deck profile. And yes, that was a Wreck-It Ralph keychain, because that movie's the best. And this is part of the reason why I decided to put this deck up so soon. I'm naming this deck Sugar Rush. And yeah, you guys should have an idea of what it is. I mean, what else can go with it? And it's Madolches. So first, obviously the 3 Magdalenes, you know, searches out everything, searches out itself. It's one of the pretty good searcher for an archetype since Stratos. And yeah, Madeline has to be ran at 3. And then from Abyss Rising, gave us 3 Croissants. This card is actually a nice addition because it becomes a beater. It can go up to 23 with the field spell, and it goes up by 1 level. So it acts as those rank 4 exceeds.
And it's also cute as hell. Rough, motherfucker.
Yeah. Alright, that's the Croissants. And then our past pal, Mewfield, which finally is not as useless as he was before. Because now he has his buddy Mr. Gelato. These guys are like the duo. When he gets special summoned as a beast, he can search up for a Madolche spell and trap, being obviously the Chateau, the Ticket, or the Palooza. But the sad part is that they're not the same level, so Konami made a good move in not making them the same level. But there's ways to get around that. And then, so far I'm using one Marmoraid. She hasn't done anything right now, but, like, yes.
I think the only issue with this card is once they figure out you're using Madolche and you set a monster in defense, they know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, she just grabs back a Madolche spell or trap from the graveyard. Nice effect, but she's not that useful. And then we got 2 Madolche Pudding Cess, which, you know, it's a princess, and if you saw the movie, who's the princess in the movie? Yeah. Some people don't like Pudding Cess, but she's good. She clogs the hand. Well, you can't do anything about it. But her Effective Destroyer card is very nice. And who cares if you don't have other stuff in the graveyard, because you can't keep the graveyard clean of non-Madolche monsters. So I'm trying 2 Pudding Cess for right now. So it's working out pretty okay.
She's also really cute. Come on, how can you not use her? Yeah.
And then for my non-Madolches, I got 1 random effect Veiler because I had an extra one, so I tossed it in here. Got the 2 Maxis, which represent the Cybugs. Yeah. And then I'm teching 1 Silver Sentinel, which is to represent the Sergeant.
It's Calhoun right here, except it's a dude.
But still, it's pretty cool. And it's also a warrior, so it combos well with Messenger Gelato. And then brings open the door to those warrior exceed monsters. And now for spell cards, since I just rounded up the monsters. The 3 field spells gives you 500 point boost. Whenever the Madolche would be returned to the deck, it's added to your hand instead. Pretty nice effect. And then Tickets from Abyss Rising. Very, very good card. Like, honestly, when they would be returned back to your hand or your main deck, you get the search. That's amazing. And if you happen to control one of the royalty Madolche monsters, you can special summon the target to the field. So I chose 2 tickets for right now, and I think it's a pretty good number. Now for more search power, we got the dualities. Not to say there. Good combos with the Magdalene. And then back removal, we got the triple MSTs and the Heavy Storm. Dark Hole. And Reinforcement of the Army, just for Messenger Gelato.
Or Sentinel.
Yeah, whichever one you want. And then for traps, we got 2 Madolche Paloozas. Palooza can be used defensively or offensively, but using it defensively can cost you the game. So it's better to use offensively. That's your main way to get game. It causes a lot of OTKs. Allows Messenger Gelato to get its effects off. You can get Croissant to bounce stuff back and increase its level. Make a Shockmaster from there. So 2 Paloozas. And then for generic traps, 2 Torrentials, because you don't really care if your monsters get to the graveyard, and you could always put them back. So 2 Torrentials. And 3 Compulsories, just because Compulsory is annoying as hell. And because you need to get rid of Zen mains and Gotcha. And the last card, Starlight Road. Just because of so many field spells and back row, stuff like that. Road can help protect it, whether it goes off or not. And now for some basic scenarios and stuff like that. But I'll get to that in a bit. So now for the extra deck. The Stardust Dragon for the Starlight Road. So it's the only reason why you use Stardust. And then for rank 4s, I'm using Utopia Ray and Utopia. Just cause. Number 16 Shockmaster. Fairy King Alvaridge. Round up those. I'll go look them all a bit. 2 of the Madolche Queen Tiramisu. When she goes off, she's going to put in work and get you game. So 2 of her. 1 Popular Imperative. And then since we're running the Messengelados and this random Sentinel, we can go into Heroic Champion Excalibur. He puts in 2 of the materials back into the graveyard, so if there's 2 Messengelados you use to make him, you do that's 2 more targets for Tiramisu. 1 Maestroke. And yeah, I tried to reference the movie, so
that's Felix.
Yeah, that's Felix apparently.
But so is Messengelato.
And 1 random Gaga Cowboy.
You say.
To burn for 800 when he's in defense mode. Comes in handy. And then for rank 3s, Leviathan, Solo the Silver Mountain.
Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph and Zenmains. Alright, now I'll explain a decent combo I have found with this deck as of late. It involves this. Let's say you summon Corrupsant and he survives on the field due to him being powered up by the field spell. So he's at 2,000. Let's say he survives. Then you normal summon Mewfield on your next turn. You get the special summon Messengelato. Alright, Messengelato's effect activates. In this scenario, always search for Ticket. So you get Ticket. Now, you overlay these 2 to Ralph.
Hell yeah.
And you detach a material from Ralph. Special summon a warrior. Level 4 Earth Warrior.
And 1 Madolche Engrave.
I have 1 Madolche Engrave, so here the choices are either Calhoun or Felix. So either of these can get summoned, but I'll go with Felix, so he gets summoned. And then right here, since they're both warriors, we can either go into Excalibur to push.
But screw that, because...
But since we have 1 Madolche in the graveyard and Tickets activated, we just go into Tiramisu. So right here, we detach 1, and there has to be 1 Madolche monster in the graveyard for her to bounce cards. So since there's 1 in here, you can use her effect. So you detach this. Now, when the effect resolves, there's 2, so you can bounce back 2. And since they're gonna be returned back to your deck, Chateau gets them back to your hand. So then you get to search with Ticket, but since you have a royalty Madolche on the field, you'll be able to special summon Vanellope. So there you go. You have, and you get to bounce back card to the opponent's side of the field. So this was all made possible just because Ralph is achieved in the deck. So
hell yeah,
that's a pretty good combo. And the other combo, instead of you just end with this. But if you can if
you can do it without having monsters engraved, then you might as well do this.
Yeah. But in this scenario, there was non-Madolches in the graveyard, so that's a pretty good combo. And yeah, this is my little deck explanation of Madolche / Sugar Rush. And oh yeah, one quick question: Star Changer, worth to mention, because it can help with the Mew Fuel and the Gelato combo. Easily make this 4, make this 3. You can exceed from there. So it's worth a mention. I might try this.
Another question over here: what is this from the movie? It can't be King Candy because it's a chick. So if you guys can figure something out, post it down in the comments below. And
any feedback regarding Madolches, if you know more combos or
your Wreck-It Ralph, talk about that too in the comments.
Right. So this has been PK Master Juice's take on Madolches, aka Sugar Rush. So hope you like this profile. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the Facebook page, check out the blog, a lot of the good stuff, and yeah, catch you guys later on the next video.